No,
Oh, there it is.
we're
No,
clubbing.
all it says now it's live stream.
Now it's live stream.
Yeah.
It says we're clubbing.
Got it.
I'm not prepared again.
Got it.
Me either.
I didn't even open up YouTube.
He's not
Alright.
even showing up on my YouTube, so.
Am I? Yay.
Job.
Show 'em. Can't say
Yep, not showing up. There it is.
Chat popping out.
that. And we're about to some live.
Hello.
Fixed.
What up, Skidoo?
Oh wow.
TJ. Yo,
Like,
everybody.
Go hit the like button.
What is up, everybody? We are finally got our windows up. There we go. There we go. Make sure to hit that like right down at the bottom and show a little love. We got a semi full house. We're missing a couple guys. We got Forward Boss. I believe he's on a flying
Airplane.
machine.
Mm.
On a flying machine.
Flying machine.
And yeah, I'm sure we'll be checking in. We got Porch Monkey up in the house. Patrick, what up? What up? Kevin, what up? Jeff, everybody. So we have some things we have going on. Got some new parts. Got some new things coming out for the Super Duty. One of which is something very important for the fuel system. What's up, Zeekster? And it was about a while, maybe about a year ago, over a year ago, I made a short calling all you base heads. Do we talk about what we would put in our Tremor, what we put in our Platinum, what would we put in our King Ranch? What would you guys get? Would you get XLT? Would you get Lariat? Yeah. DS is distracting me. Can't see him. He's there.
I wonder what would happen if you made a solid aluminum subwoofer box.
Solid aluminum?
Just aluminum plate instead of wood, instead of oriented strand board, whatever. Can't think right now. I'm a little sleepy. Not plywood.
MDF.
Dang.
And he doesn't know.
No, I can't think right now.
Are you okay?
I thought
I
he
don't
fell
know.
asleep.
Are you
Where
on the
are
floor?
you?
We can't even see you. You okay?
Plywood.
You're in
There's
the
plywood, and then there's what's the cheaper version?
Particle board?
BF,
Particle
Particle
board.
Man, Particle
It's,
Man.
MDX or whatever. I don't know. Cliff, what's it called? The
MBF, right?
Oriented
sheets of
strand
plywood that
board?
are not actually plywood, like the wood glued together.
Particle board, the garbage stuff.
Okay.
MDF
So-
is better because it's
subwoofers
MDF.
denser.
Subwoofers are made out of plywood. Subwoofer boxes.
They're made out of MDF, which is like
They should be
Oh,
made
I
out.
was saying it wrong.
Why
I
don't they
said
make
MDF.
subwoofer boxes out of rich mahogany?
Rich mahogany.
Mahogany.
That would be nice.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, what happens if you make a speaker box with really good wood instead of crappy particle wood?
Well, you-
Barto.
You can get aluminum plate for pretty cheap. I wonder what would happen. Like, would it just be deeper or what? I don't know.
Hmm.
That boy would be
Like
vibrating.
5/8 thick plate. Freaking metal.
Oof.
Kill this.
Doesn't- It's light. It's not real heavy.
Woofer boxes. I like the way they smell. I have one here in the old truck waiting to find the opportune time to install. Money. Yeah. I think every one of my vehicles has had a sub box in it of some kind since high school, Billy. My beater does, my F-150 used to, and my Chevrolet has one, and now soon the what you call it, Super Duty's gonna have one, and I'm excited to see it because it's there's so many different variations, you know, underneath the seat, and then you lose the seat storage if you had it. But there's just so many
Where's your-
options.
Where's yours going?
It's gonna go behind the seat in the back. I got to take out the factory stuff,
Oh,
and
okay.
this goes in place of it.
I'm building some to go in my wheel wells in the back trunk area.
I used to work
Oh.
with, got a Suburban, the whole back of it's nothing but speakers and amps.
Hey,
He does competition stuff though, so.
plexiglass works well for speaker box. Gotta be the heavier ones though. Remember the band pass boxes?
Yeah, like plexiglass is kind of similar, but
I remember.
I wonder what would happen with aluminum. Like, no give.
It's gotta be able to flex and move air.
Lexan, not plexiglass.
Well, it'd have to have some breathers in, like those breather ports,
Mm-hmm.
or else that speaker's just gonna explode.
Ported bandpass box. I think I had like a MTX dual 10s in a box. It was like like a Gibraltar. Remember Gibraltar? If you guys ever around the Detroit area back in the early 2000s, there was a big giant I guess it was kind of like a flea market type thing. It was called Gibraltar Trade Center, and that's where you take it speakers and amps and boxes and underbodies. I mean, oh man, I got, my first underbody, my neons. But yeah, that stuff is, then Amazon came around, so nobody goes to those things anymore. Yo, 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 sup, PSD posse up. How to back to the cutter subwoofer. 23 Tremor. I would get a microfiber towel and some glass cleaner. I'd spray the towel and then just wipe the screen. I've done that a couple times. Well, back in the day, yeah, got my first, yeah, it was underbodies. What did I get? I think I got a bunch of MTX stuff there. Gosh, that was so long ago.
I had a F-body Camaro, you know, that little back area where the T-tops would go.
Mm-hmm.
Made a custom subwoofer box to go up in there.
What?
And
I remember I had a 15. I had 115. That thing was giant. It was so stupid.
It was hurting my ears.
It was so stupid. Millie, hey. Anyone ever smell an AC compressor that's gone bad on a 6.7? Yeah.
Yeah.
Smell like burning brakes.
I never
What?
saw what is it, the 6.7s that do it specifically, or just any compressor? I never noticed a smell.
The 6.7s do it. I've gone through a bunch of them here recently.
But they
You know
they have
that-
a smell to them after they blow up.
The ones that I've had fail here recently were, the clutch, and then you have that like bushing in between there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will actually blow out, and it just constantly spins, and it just smells like burnt rubber, burnt brakes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
They look horrible when you take them down. Sounds horrible.
CarQuest compressors. It's not CarQuest compressors. It's reman almost anything if it's a cheap reman, because they all come from the same place anyway.
So the ones that I was having issues with because I couldn't get OEM ones, they all came from O'Reilly's, and 3 of them went bad in like 3 weeks. I did a short on it. It was like the third one in 3 weeks. And when I put an OEM one back on, they quit doing it.
Was it the Murray compressors?
Yep.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yep.
I have done a lot of those things.
What if we don't get OEM parts anymore for like the next 3 months?
That's
You're
That
gonna
sounds
have
like that sounds like a Stellantis and GM problem.
Well, they said, was it 28 or 32 parts facilities were gonna strike or have thought about it? Did they strike yet? The GM
They're
and
supposed
Stellantis?
to.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not, I don't know, man. It's not gonna be just a GM problem. That's gonna spill over into and everybody else. problem.
Yeah, I was
It's a
just
big
thinking
thing
that.
problem for sure. I don't know about foreign
I
companies.
think they're gonna push themselves into bankruptcy. They keep doing this.
Well, all
Yeah.
these companies make the parts for companies, and then they put that manufacturer's brand on it. You know what I mean? Ray,
Well,
you know
it's
what I'm talking about.
It's about damn time Ford starts bringing us back into the Ford umbrella and stop using outsourced parts.
Agreed.
Because that's the problem on the 23 Super Duties and the F-150s. The dashboards look like shit. That's all the injection molding company's fault. Because
Really?
Ford doesn't injection mold anymore.
I had to do, it was a
Mm.
21 F-150 I had to do under warranty where the dash would it would
Warp.
bow up right where the defrost vent is. So I had to pull a whole dash out and take the skin off and put a new skin on and put the dash back together.
And let
Yeah,
me
I
guess, the
remember-
new one looked just as bad as the first one.
Yeah.
Those ones are bad too, Cody. The new ones.
They've got the same problems.
I remember the 20s were pretty rough.
Yeah, they got the same crap problems.
Wow.
Zelensky
I-
parts for the
That's
working
right.
man.
At least it's not like a Chrysler dash, man. That thing cracks up.
Just falls apart.
Yeah. You touch it and it just falls apart.
My
Nissan
theory-
Infinities do that too. The Infinities are real bad for that. They'll just start spider web cracking everywhere.
My theory on this whole strike is the union and the company, they go behind closed doors. And I think the company goes to the union and says, you know what, guys, why don't you go ahead and strike? Just do it. Our inventory is going to get out of control. These vehicles are, I think the economy just hit that point where people said enough and they not selling. We got Super Duties on lots. Maybe not a lot of Super Duties on lots just yet, but that's what they don't want. They don't want a bunch of lots full of big trucks with 7-8% interest and no one buying them. They just reached that point to where it's starting to kind of get some inventory, and you see it on Facebook. They're like, "Oh, we got 6 Super Duties. They're all at MSRP." Just letting everybody know. Yeah, it's time for. Because think about this: the company, the union, they had plenty of chances to strike. The economy was good for like 10 years. They could have gotten better wages. They signed like 2 or 3 contracts where they just pretty much pushed the signing bonus here, this little bit here. It always works on the membership. It's not that hard to get the membership on board and avoid a strike. Little
Yeah, but
10,000.
if you raise the wage to 30%, those F-150s gonna be like $100,000 trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well, you know,
nobody's gonna buy an F-150 for $100,000.
The
Stop,
Fed
Paul.
said that we can no longer expect a soft landing with the interest rate situation, which means that when they raise rates again, because they have to, something is going to break. And it's going to have another ripple down effect. And I think that maybe they're just trying to cut back inventory to get out of having a bunch of liquidity in assets that aren't going to sell, because they're aware that we're no longer going to get our soft landing when it comes to our natural interest rate issue. I think I think they know what's coming and they're like, yep, time to go ahead and turn it off.
The company's got the union inside of the pocket.
Well, you always
And vice
follow the
versa.
money, man. Like, it's always about money. And there's no way the union and the OEMs are going to go onto this big of a strike without having a 10-year plan.
And then who looks bad at the end of the day? Does it look bad on the union to be on strike? Well, maybe to some people.
Depends on what media outlet you're looking at, because it always turns into politics.
Is it bad for the company? Don't really make the company look too bad. At the end, they're all going to be heroes.
It's always the same. The only people that end up suffering and paying for it are the people that work there. Everybody, everyday people, those that
No, the ones that work in the plant, maybe the downstream. If you're in the plant, you're having a time of your life.
Oh, I mean, I can tell you who it's not going to be. It's not going to be the unions and it's not going to be the manufacturers.
Right.
What's going to happen is they're going to make a deal. Then Ford and GM and Stellantis is going to start doing more automation in the plants and start laying people off.
Yep.
I don't believe though. I don't think they really care about the money like you would think. They got so much money
They have it all. Yeah.
and they're probably not gonna get everything they want out of the contracts. They're gonna land somewhere in the
Oh,
middle.
right.
But it's not even about the automation. Yeah, there'll probably be some more automation, but these dang plants that they have to build, like try to put in perspective how much money they put into building that F-150 plant that doesn't even really have no purpose. The new Lightning plant. They built a whole new facility from the ground up just to not even really have sales. And it only makes that one vehicle. Is a really bad investment. They got deep pockets, man.
Got to pay them dues.
I mean, Ford took out another large loan like they did in 08, so they're expecting something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cost is always the same. It is. And even when the companies make more money, it's kind of, I mean, do they really disperse those earnings with
No.
the people who helped them achieve those earnings? No.
No.
And I'm not talking about like a luncheon. I'm talking about,
It's
you
a
know,
party.
abilities to have a bonus or ability to have some sort of profit sharing or ability to have, different avenues for you to take part in those monies earned. Because we're all here to grow the pot that we're all eating out of. And essentially, I think people lose sight of that because you just come to work for a paycheck. Well, it's a little more than that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, their pay is still good, but it really used to be a type of a job where it could be a single income household.
Absolutely.
You could afford to buy the vehicles you were making.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Otherwise, you gotta hustle in the streets like me.
I mean, I
When
work
I
for the
got
I work for the company and I can't afford the vehicles.
When I started at Ford, $15 an hour. It was not easy.
That's just starting off though.
Yeah, well, when I started off, the starting pay used to be $20 an hour, and then they lowered it to $15 an hour right when I started.
Wow.
And eventually I got to $28, but it took like 8 or 9 years to get there. So, I mean, they need to accelerate that a little bit, I think, because a lot of people were just quitting.
I can't imagine starting at Ford Motor Company on the line for $15 an hour.
Yeah,
That's
like 15,
crazy.
like 15.70 an hour, yeah.
Wow.
But
Well,
was
I
that
guess
after that was for the union? So like your insurance and all that was, is that your
Yeah,
total your total package, or is that your what you were bringing home?
that was what I was bringing home, and then like everything else after 90 days was included, so I got health care and all that.
So
So
like your total package would be closer to like $20 an hour.
probably,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. So the truck
I
that
was
is sitting behind CP, I know CP was going to talk about some stuff tonight. I got to put him on the spot. He can gather his information. But the truck he's got sitting behind him, that 23, now that it has been out, what are your guys's feelings on it? Is the front end growing on you? Have you gotten them in for service? Have you had to take your vehicle in for service? Now, one of the commenters in here tonight actually has the vehicle I had to pull the dash on, and that was a 23 Tremor, and I had to replace the evap core. That's what's getting really weird about all these parts that we're getting for these vehicles. Like some of these sensors, you know, you can't get just a sensor. You have to go to the next level part. And then you go to the next level part and you can't get that next level part unless you get an assembly. And it's like, come on, are you freaking kidding me? Just for this $2 sensor, you're gonna have to make it this, and then you're gonna have to get this. Man, look, there he is right there. Oh yes, I had to take mine in.
I helped a guy with one of those problems yesterday or day before.
Oh yeah, what was that's right, that's right.
23 needed a DEF pump. DEF pumps on intergalactic back order. There's approximately 50 pumps currently sitting on back order from 3 months ago.
Now we're talking about a 2023.
Yeah. And I looked and the next level part was available. So I was like, you know, I guess you're gonna get a DEF tank instead.
A
Dude,
whole DEF tank.
Yep.
Does the 23 still take the octopus looking kind?
It's a
Or did
different,
it-
I think it's a different pump.
I haven't seen the pump on a 23 yet.
Me
I
either.
haven't either. I just know that this truck's been sitting at a dealer for 25 days waiting on a pump, even though the next level part was available and the dealer didn't do their parts back order escalation.
Because the octopus pump, it goes from underneath the tank, and then the old style is on top of the tank. It's
It's
the big
still
long
at the
black one.
It's still at the bottom of the tank, but I don't know if it's the same part number.
It is definitely not the same part number. My
But it's-
23 there diesel is flawless so far. Ford did a good job. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad.
But there's a bunch of them on back order from 3 months ago. So
Okay, so the customer is I remember him telling me this. He's like, I said cut an access hole under the dash and swap the sensor out. Like, bro, I am not doing this in your $100,000 truck. I'm not cutting a hole in the fucking dash. Although it did sound like a good idea. I went through the agony. I was just talking about that job today with my coworker.
I bet I have a picture of this DEF pump since I have the coffee table book open.
I have not seen that.
So the dash on the 23, is it harder than the 20s and 19s? And
The thing that I'm noticing is unfortunately the higher trim level trucks, there is plastics on top of plastics to get the plastics off.
there's probably hidden 7 mil bolts everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. And the one that I was doing was a high trim level one and it had the heads up display. So behind that, there are 2 bolts that hold the dash to the firewall. I'm like, okay, no big deal. You got to take out the heads up display. Well, mind you, I'm right here.
Yeah,
Be-
where the windshield's at.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't really go up because I'm, you know, and I can't scratch this guy's dash. He's got a tinted windshield. I'm just like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Well, needless to say, I really appreciate the job you did, A-Rod. Brother, I thank you, man. I really tried. I did. It was a pleasure. You had to take the instrument cluster out and to get the instrument cluster just to get the dash out, just to get the heads up display. It was such a pain in the butt. But I learned where everything was, so now I know.
There's the assembly.
Reductant pump. Well, that's totally different.
It's totally different.
Totally different.
Way different. Oh man.
There's the
Oh
heater
yeah.
assembly.
Is the
Actually,
heat- Yeah.
Zoodad had a good point when I was talking to him. The dash, the inside, all the Loctite. There was Loctite on stuff that just did not need Loctite on. Unnecessary.
That is a totally different setup.
Yeah, it's big time.
Did you have to take off the ones down on the floor too with the metal bracket?
What do you mean?
For the dashboard, there's like a little metal.
Yeah, yep.
That was a nightmare to put in on the floors on the line because it's got all those little black screws with the metal,
Yep.
with the blue Loctite.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And you shoot those things, man, and you go to shoot them, and they make you shoot it so fast. It's like you got to secure all. It's probably 4 bolts, and you gotta shoot off 4 bolts, but you also gotta like that. You know that main wire that comes down the IP that goes down the transmission tower.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta plug every single freaking thing in on that wire, so it comes it's all bundled up, and you just gotta rip that motherfucker real fast and go click 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 and start plugging everything in and locating all those screw holes that have the little gaskets on them, those little push pins with gaskets that secure to the floor. And then at the end of it, you gotta shoot those 4 bolts, and you're just waiting for that drill to finish. Like, dang, come on! And you
So
don't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You can't hand start them. You just got to know how to shoot. And you put that it's like a written rule. Do not put the screw on the gun because they want you to hand start the screw and then drill it, but you just throw that screw on the gun and just start spinning the gun and just freaking approach that little freaking cage nut. That little cage nut, if you go at all crooked with that, you will strip it and break the cage nut through. Like it will just rip that cage nut out of the aluminum.
Aaron,
Let
you
me
know what's
jump in real quick. A-Rod, does S&B make a CP3 conversion kit so you can
SNS
convert
does,
maxes?
yes.
Is it
I'm
SNS?
telling them right now.
Okay, I know they
I've got
exist. I wasn't sure who made them.
I got the
Right there.
link.
the dash bolts on top, Aaron? The ones you were told where the heads up display and all that is?
Yep.
You know what's really messed up about that? Those are put in when the windshield's not even in the truck.
I know those dirty little
Oh
scoundrels.
yeah, they are. Yeah. I put
And the
those.
directions are just like remove bolt. Yeah, but you got like this much space.
I wonder how warranty would feel if you send in a warranty claim with a windshield removal and installation.
M time. Claim M time.
I felt they put so many fasteners on that IP. It's like there's so many. There's like and the screws are they're so long.
Cody, I know how they
Mhm.
should feel. They should feel stupid for building it that way.
Right?
That's what they should feel.
And there's a lot of weird materials too, like magnesium frame IP with a freak. They upgraded all the bolts to like this fancy bolt. It used to be a cheaper bolt where it kind of cut its own threads a little bit. Now it's this real nice, heavy,
Fine thread.
fine thread, shiny.
Just
Do you-
loctited on everyone, the whole thing, like it was dipped in paint.
Like you could drive this truck off of a mountain. Like
I'm
You
sure it
said
has
you
to
said
do
they
with,
should feel stupid about building it that way, but it's engineers. Do you think they ever feel stupid?
I think they
Yeah.
overdo it.
I don't think that they realize.
I wondered if the union get involved and they're like, add more fasteners for guys to just secure more fasteners. It's more job.
But then don't think about the guy that has to take it apart to fix it. Screw that guy. You know what I mean?
and only pay him.
Think about how
5
strong
hours.
one of those bolts are. I mean, I guess you got to be able to crash the vehicle too as well. Gotta
That's
crash
what
it.
it probably is it probably comes down to DOT and crash. I'm sure.
Oh, cool. That was a good one, Skidoo. Yeah, if I mean I hate for somebody to have the CP4, but if somebody has a grenaded one, they're starting to we're starting to have a good collection of CP4s.
I got
Yeah,
a grenaded one. You need it?
No, I don't
CP4s
Definitely.
are becoming paperweights. They're not worth anything anymore.
so
I
if
thought you
you
just said you
could
wanted one.
if you could pick a Super Duty, you're about to order one right now. Oh, I got something in my eye, my contact. I shouldn't have touched it. What are you getting? Are you a King Ranch dude? Are you a Platinum? Are you limited? Maybe you don't like all the creature features, you go for the XLT. I personally would take a king ranch. A two-tone king ranch,
High output.
trimmed out, oof.
I can't
And
afford any of them.
And I'd want a two-tone. I like the two-tone.
I'm going crank windows, manual lock,
Crank windows.
I agree.
rubber floors.
XL. XL.
There's a guy at work. He's got a 23. It's a Tremor. It's solid black, blacked out windows, black rims. I mean, this thing is badass, and he wants me to do a video on it. So I'll probably go to his house one weekend and do it. I did drive it last weekend or last Thursday or something like that. It only had 95 miles on it. So like this thing is fresh. And I talked to him today. He loves it. He loves this truck.
Got new gaskets from Tim from Accurate Diesel. Want to get rid of my CP4 if I can. Looks like somebody wants to get rid of one. My 22 Platinum has an odd rattle that I think is the rear passenger door moving. I read where guys are using a GM striker. I can't conform or deny, but definitely shouldn't be using a GM striker for the fact of that there should be any odd noise coming from your rear passenger door anyway.
But it has that little nylon sleeve around the striker, so it doesn't make a lot of noise.
Quite interesting.
I've never heard of it, but I would imagine that's why.
We should just start a buy, sell, and trade website for CP4s.
I love the Tremor and HO diesel. I just don't like Ford forcing you to get the Pro Power on board with King Ranch and Platinum. And the LED taillights should be standard on King Ranch as well as projector LED headlights.
Why don't you want the Pro Power?
That's what this commenter says.
Hang on, Kirk. How
Okay.
many of us? All right, hang on. How many of us would not own a '93 Ranger with a 4-cylinder and a 5-speed?
Four-cylinder 2.3 like Quadra
Yeah,
Spark.
yeah, old school Ranger.
Ooh.
Well, that
I
engine
would
would be
have-
coming out and a diesel would be going in.
I mean,
Ooh.
Kirk's just jealous of all the Super Duty stuff because he's got a Ranger, and I'm like, I would take the Ranger.
I have a Ranger.
I would put a
I'm-
single MTX subwoofer in it, not bolt the box anything,
Ooh.
just like high school.
I would rather have an S10
Yeah.
than the Ranger.
Where are you gonna put a subwoofer box in the range?
You just put it in the back seat.
That'd be real
I-
slim.
You just put a camper top on it and then you
Yeah,
fill it full
or
of
you do that.
speakers.
Yep, you can do that too.
True.
I mean, I drive a 97 F350 or F250, so it's
I
not
wanna-
far off.
Let's
So,
Alice has a good question. He wants to know
Four
the
BT is too heavy.
failure rate on the CP4s.
ooh, Ford BT swap.
4BT is too heavy for a Ranger.
Way
Really?
too heavy.
How much do those things
Volkswagen
weigh?
motor. They're almost 1,000 pounds.
The engine?
Yeah.
Damn.
If you're
It's
gonna
just-
do a 4BT swap, you might as
Damn,
well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you might as well just do the 6 because it weighs so much that it doesn't matter.
Geez, they weigh that much. I would have never thought that.
I can
Yeah.
pick up
Holy
my
shit.
Volkswagen engine with two guys. So it's like
Mhm.
the Volkswagen engine is where it's at. It's not the 4BTs. Maybe in a 1500 a 4BT.
Good evening,
but
gentlemen.
Good
Shanice,
evening, good
your
sir.
sorry sack of bones is here.
Sorry. It's been one of them days.
Are you
Oh.
the I do cars guy?
Full moon, isn't it?
No, I'm not. I just look like him.
Gosh, I think I've seen you before.
He's a
I am
troll
Adam,
account.
actually.
He's one of those
Buck
Telegram
double.
that's trying to get us to message him on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
DM me. Just DM me. Send me your.
Do you want me to get you on WhatsApp? Do you have one of those cool little plus little things in front of your number where I can dial plus 420-916-3094-9326-91001?
Are you sending out free gifts? What kind of gift do I
I'm
get?
sending out a
Yeah.
crypt.
You have
cryptic
one.
car.
message.
You have one.
Dang it.
All you have to do is pay to release the gift.
Is it
Ray
like
had one where they were
$9,000
giving
for
away-
this gift?
Was it a Lexus, Ray, that they were giving away?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a car.
it was
Black
like
one?
it was like a 98 Lexus.
A 98 Lexus.
yeah, it
Dude,
was-
This is a
come on, bro.
1980 Honda
What is
Civic.
this? Auto Trader?
And then they put cardboard over the license plate. They didn't even bother to take the plate off. There was like phone chargers in the dash and everything. I mean, they cleaned the trash out of it, I guess, but it was not.
I'm pretty sure they stole those pictures off of like Craigslist or something.
What
Maybe.
made it funny is Ray made a WhatsApp and it was like the real Rain Man, and he's messaging this guy, and the guy didn't figure it out.
That is
Well, what that
Pretty
told me is that
funny, dude.
that's actually an organization that does that. Because if it was an individual scammer, he would know who he's scamming, right?
Yeah.
So what that person was, that was just some person that's on the call list of here, you monitor this WhatsApp, and then whoever messages you, you try to do this, that, and the other. They may not even know that they're involved in a scheme.
Yeah.
They could,
They're like
they
That's
could
true.
mules.
do a Craigslist ad for a job, and here's your job is to go on this account and send everybody here to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
You know
$5
what-
for shipping.
What's happening right now is I can't get Facebook to do anything about it. Is someone copied our business page? They stole all of our information, background photo, our logo. They have somehow 1,100 followers, which is probably bought. And they're posting our part outs, but instead of all of our contact information, it has a different email address and it says
What?
message us.
Well, they
Yeah.
did that to you too, Aaron.
Wow.
Yeah, they got Aaron
What is
too.
the matter with these people, man?
So
But then
I
you can tell it's not Aaron because I spelled Power Stroke wrong. It's spelled Power Stork instead of Power Stroke.
That's so they,
Power
that's
strike.
so
It
they
could
can
be
get
a power
away with
sword.
without getting taken down.
I got my IT girl at work working on that, trying to reverse it to see if she can track down the location because I got blocked as soon as I sent them a message.
yeah.
Mhm.
I literally posted about it on my Facebook page, and I had everyone I know that saw my post went on there and posted and like did what I said to do, where you can report as pretending to be somebody, and it's still up. I'm blocked, but it's still up.
I'll get up with you later and I'll get the page ID off of that and I'll give it to my IT girl.
Okay, that
See-
sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'll write myself a note to message you tomorrow.
Okay, you might. I'm going to be driving for the majority of. Well, I'm driving to Arkansas tomorrow.
Arkansas.
Oh, look at the kitty.
Dude, the cat's going ham on my beard.
I see. You have a catnip beard?
No, she
I-
thinks it's like, you know how cats like towels and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess it's scratchy, so she's like just all up in that business.
Mine do the same thing.
Yeah. My cat decides at
Ouch.
night that it wants
I like
attention by jamming his claws into my skin, usually on my face. It's fantastic.
They're good kitties.
Did you want me to call you or message you?
You might as well call me.
Oh, the Nextel. I miss Nextels.
Oh yeah.
Stupid
Yeah.
CIA took them away from us.
Yeah, the bricks. Those things were awesome.
I used to be
Yeah.
horrible because like I would just like say really raunchy things to my friends, like unless they had it on private, you just like beep
Yeah.
them and then you say something just really bad.
Oh, you're that
Which-
guy that would just start talking over the
Yep.
push to talk, and you don't know where they're at. They could be in church or in the grocery store.
I
Yeah,
was that guy.
that's horrible.
Hmm.
Wait, are we getting thumbs up for the cat? We're getting
don't
hearts
know.
for the cat. We
I
should
think
get
maybe Nextel.
yeah, like buttons for the cat.
Yeah. What's the cat's name?
The kid's named it Rainbow, but then they called it Bebo, and I didn't really care for a cat named Rainbow, so I've just been calling it Bebo, like
Word.
a clown. Ow.
I have looked. That's funny.
So
Pagers.
her name is Bebo. There we go.
So Ray, I bought a new Altel for my shop. I bought
Yeah.
the MK 908 Pro because you can't buy an IM 908, which is what I have, the one that you don't like. And I made a mistake. I should have sold my IM 908 to my shop and bought the MK 908 for myself because it's like 70 times faster. It's so much faster.
Okay. Can it
So-
program a sob?
I don't know if that one can, but I can hook up with you tomorrow to get that done.
Well, I tried to plug my Tech 2 into it, and my Tech 2 does not have sob software before 2005.
Yep, none of them do.
And I was
Wow.
like, oh no.
Yeah, if it was 05 and late, well, see, it's 05 Saab, it won't do it either because the only 05 Saab that's in there is the 9.7, which is a Trailblazer.
Right.
Okay.
So you're gonna need that cable, and I'll put you in touch with my buddy Eric. He's like, it's $50 for the cable, the software's free, and it takes 5 minutes.
Right on. Okay, cool.
It's super easy. So we have a lot of problems with people that think that their Tech 2 will program it, and then they say, "Oh, this computer's bad; it won't communicate." No.
What do you have to have special?
Well, it's a special Saab cable because it's a trionic controller. It's this European controller. It has connectors like an E55 controller, like what's on all the 3.6 GMs that go bad all the time. But they're big lock wing connectors with and they're terrible computers.
Really?
They're terrible. I have a pile of bad ones. This probably weighs 50 pounds.
Wow.
They're you have to clone them. You can't reprogram one. You have to like suck the information out of one and put it in the other.
Even if they're that close to the Trailblazer?
Oh no,
do all this?
I'm not, so what Ray's working on is a 9.3, which is the Turbo Ecotech variant, the 03
Oh,
to 11 essentially, but there's 2 gens in there. They're bad like 50% of the time. My guys pull them, we plug them in. Nope, that one's bad. Nope, that one's bad.
It's
I
because they
see.
sit right on top of the intake manifold. And it's
Yeah, they cook. It's the
right?
heat
Yeah.
sink for the engine.
Mhm.
I tell you, some of these manufacturers are just like they like pin the tail on the donkey with this part placement stuff.
Remember when they used to put ECMs inside of the cabin
And then there were
Used
no
to.
problems when
Used
that
to.
happened.
and they never had problems? Yeah, never.
Well, I should say that because if you go to some of the German manufacturers where they start putting stuff in the floor and then the sunroof drains clog,
Oh
And then-
yeah, that was smart. I mean, that's a different-
Volkswagen and Audi, they send us a TSB out to people. Hey, don't park your car down a hill facing forward. Park it uphill.
for real.
Yeah, because it shorts out the tranny controller, the TCM, and the comfort module, which is the body control.
Wow.
Mhm.
But those cars are all 20 years old now, so it's not a problem.
Let me go back up here. Did pagers? Yeah. Oh, I think Ford Boss texted me.
Yeah, where's
On
he at?
an aeroplane,
Rich, what are you doing?
he's going to business management training.
Wow.
I wanted to go to business management training, but I can't
I could
leave.
dig.
Yeah. If they had night school for that, that'd be great.
I could take that.
They probably do. It's probably a real thing.
That Zoo Dad just texted. He's like, how about the location of a 7.3 IDM?
Depends on the vehicle though, because they're not all bad. Super Duty is not great in the fender liner. That's dumb. But on a E-van, they're not bad.
No.
We could be at Cummins and just bolt it right to the side of the block that sits there and vibrates for its entire life.
Yeah, those never have
True.
trouble.
Yeah,
I had a Cummins
Yeah.
come in that broke the crank and it shot a connecting rod right through the PCM.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So not only did it waste an engine, it wasted a $1,500 controller.
that's great.
And a
Damn.
tune.
Uh,
A thing
And
just
he had
let
to-
loose like that?
Just went whoop right through it went through the cam, through the block, through the PCM.
Nothing stops those rods, man. Those things are ridiculous.
And there was not a drop of oil in that oil pan.
Well, why would there be? It's all on the
Boom,
ground. It's
boom.
sucked it all out.
They ran out of oil. It had to have a rear main leak or something. They ran it straight out. And it went,
I have
see you
a,
later, guys.
I have a PCM from a. Okay, this is gonna sound wrong. I have an 06 Chrysler 300C engine control module that was shot. Like it was shot. It's a Chrysler 300 5.7 Hemi. Somebody lit the car up and the computer was shot it lodged a 38 slug in the PCM in the ECM.
I can't help but
Damn.
laugh at the image of a Chrysler 300 getting shot up in St. Louis.
Yeah. So the guy calls me. He's like, "Hey, I need this part number. Can you program it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have that, and I can program it." I'm like, "But bring your old one in." And he brings the old one in, and he's like, "Yeah, this is why I need it." And there's a slug still jammed in it. I have it. It's on my work. It's on my counter at work.
Dang.
Got shot in the brain.
What?
Right to the dome.
Damn.
The
That's one
question
way
is-
to stop the car.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the scenario. It's St. Louis thing sometimes. Speaking of
For-
rain, was there a shop in South Florida that got shot up today or something?
I don't know. I didn't hear about it.
Something in Largo.
I don't know.
It was Stouts. You ever heard of Stouts?
Stouts? No.
Oh,
I'm using the Google machine here.
I
had a-
Googling.
In
We had
Largo?
ND at the Brandon Mall.
let me see if I can find
Actually,
it.
well,
Yeah, I see it. It's in the news. What you gotta do is
Largo
shooting that shop.
shooting at auto service shop. Yeah.
I don't know how far that is from you. Hopefully far.
Largo. It's not that far.
This is Florida. We don't have concealed carry permits anymore. And it's
No, we still do have them. We just don't have to have them.
and it was like,
Wait.
what is it? 1 in 4 people had concealed carry permit beforehand.
Did the dude that was doing the shooting shoot himself? It says 2 people shot, including the suspect.
Well, there could be 2 guns. We don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could have been like one of those Step Brothers moments where they knock each other out at the same time.
Let's see. What some guy asked a question back here. I've got 4 working backup sensors on an F-150. What else could be setting the audible warning? Are you sure all 4 of them are working? If you are not sure, Ford Boss had a really good video about actually checking that. And if you go down to the sensor and actually listen, you can hear the sensor clicking. And I was able to pick it up really well using the cell phone video, and you could actually hear it, the frequency that it was on. I mean, you could really pick it up on the video, and you'll hear it tick, 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 tick. If they are doing that, you're still getting that. Then I would assume you'd probably have some sort of DTC stored in the PAM module. And we'd have to go through the pinpoint test to see what avenue we'd be going through or going down.
Or somebody did to him what I used to do to people is put a piece of black electrical tape over it
Mm-hmm.
because you can't see it and it just causes it to go off all the time. But that's me playing tricks on other technicians. So that's like something I'd do to you.
It's days of roller rinks and pagers.
Bro, Cody. Dude. Cody's sending me memes right now trolling electric car people, and I'm not even gonna put a picture.
He's got that
I
one
know.
too. No.
Got me off guard. I'm like, am I looking at
Think
this
of-
correct? Yeah, I am looking
like,
at that correctly.
All right, it's like the statue of David and they're wrestling. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
This meme. That is so bad.
Yeah, evil. Kansas.
It's a hybrid car, so it's half electric.
Mm,
Do it like Ed Bassmaster.
I think I have Eric's number. Yes.
Yeah, send it to me. I gotta know.
Oh, wow.
Not right.
Oh,
I have a 22 450 just hit 6,000 miles. Curious how soon I should be thinking about putting a disaster prevention kit on, warranty issues installed. We got two options, either that or that new pump. I mean, as far as warranty, I mean, we have to prove that that caused the failure, if any failure for its part. I'm just looking at something here.
it's really gonna depend on the dealer too. Some dealers are all right with it, and some dealers are completely against it. They're
yeah,
just
but
looking-
Aaron's right. You've got to prove that that component caused a failure of some sort. So
have
Yes,
to.
but then there's technicians like the one I sent to Aaron. That's a
Yeah.
complete jackwagon. It's gonna avoid your warranty just because he's an asshole.
Just stupid.
I mean, yeah, but you can appeal that and get them in trouble.
Yep. I
One of
mean,
those guys,
avoiding warranty
he-
is pretty hard.
That's one of those guys that wants customer pay.
Exactly.
Mm,
I've been down that road, remember? I've been down that road. I'm not there to try to blame the customer for, oh yeah, you did this, this is what caused it. Like, if it's broke, I'll fix it. That's just, I ain't got time to sit
Yeah.
there. I ain't got time to blame somebody for it.
See,
There's already-
I came from the evil empire. They made me warranty all of the dash actuators in a Silverado because they were full of sand, chicken nuggets, lighters, packs of cigarettes, and ink pens. And they made me warranty that.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
That's
Yeah.
messed up, dude.
Yeah. So I wrote in my story that I wasn't able to reinstall GM dash sand chicken nuggets. Like I made sure the warranty clerks would catch it at GM and then we would just get charged back. But
Yeah,
I
the
do-
dealer I worked at was like warranty everything. Work about
yeah,
the
they made us
customer.
warranty everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was easier. They would rather have the charge back or have to appeal it with GM than to sit there and fight with a customer that just bought $500,000 worth of service trucks from us.
Yeah, that's true.
And so yeah, I had to pick chicken nuggets out of a dash once.
Ugh.
Especially if they're from McDonald's or something.
Yeah, it was bad. That what they were doing is it was like a landscape truck and they were throwing all their crap on top of the dash. And it just made its way down into the vents until nothing worked anymore.
Yeah.
And then the food started to rot and they didn't bring it
Oh,
in.
come on.
I'm serious. They didn't bring it there until it was rotting. I'm not kidding. I actually wore a respirator mask from the paint shop to work on this truck.
Dude,
Well, they
that's
can't be
nasty.
McDonald's chicken nuggets because
So they
those
don't
just
rot,
look the
dude.
Yeah, they
same
don't rot.
after like 2
Bro,
years later. They
If you
look the
put them
same.
inside of an evaporator box, they will rot. Okay, if you
They're
submerge
probably
them,
from Wendy's or some other place. Crystal.
whatever, I don't care where they were from. They were chicken nuggets in a dash. Like it was the most disgusting thing ever. I would rather like look for my lost watch in the bottom of a restaurant dumpster.
What up,
Then-
Darren?
Again.
Ray, if you get bored, which I'm sure you have enough to do, there's a on one of my old videos, I have a Tacoma Will It Run video, and it was a rollover like 03 Tacoma TRD that was hit hard. I mean, hard. And I filmed it with my shipping manager, who's a good friend of mine, and he is an absolute idiot. Like not the endearing type of idiot. So finds this jug of, it looks like mango hot sauce that's been inside of this cab of this truck for 8 months to a year or
Who
longer.
knows how
And
long?
then he finds a pot in the bed of the truck, and he's like, "Let's just mix this up together." He cracked it open, and we both lost our ability to breathe. It sucked the
Ew.
air out of that part of the shop. We were like, I was laughing so hard that I couldn't, nothing could come out or in. I almost passed out. It was
No
terrible. It like literally reeked so bad that we threw everything in the bed of the truck away. I had to carry the truck with a forklift to the dumpster. It was awful, and it was on video.
I had excuse me, I'm cutting my calluses off. I had I think it was like a 13 two-wheel drive, just work truck, and they were complaining that the reverse lights would come on intermittently. Like, okay, I haven't ever had that before. I wound up finding exactly what Eric just kind of said. Chicken nuggets, all this bull crap falling down through the dash. What had happened was they had put their change up there. And so what happens driving around, this thing played Plinko from The Price is Right. And bling, 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 bling. And it took so long for this to happen that some of the connectors that Ford puts in these trucks will be for other applications, and the other end of them won't have anything plugged in. It'll just kind of be a dummy. Well, on the passenger's footwell area, probably, halfway up, there was a connector, a female connector just sitting like this with nothing in it, no cap. A dime had fallen into this little square connector and was shorting out these two pins and was making the reverse lights come on. Like, you Mother Russia.
I think the worst that I saw is the airbags, passenger airbag on the Fusion. You got to pull the dash, obviously. To pull the dash, you got to pull the console.
Yeah.
And underneath the console is probably one of the dirtiest spots. That's where people spill their coffee, their Coke,
Oh,
like
It's gross.
just your change, your little salt and pepper packs, French fries, chicken nuggets. Like, it was actually dirtier underneath that center console area than it was behind the dash. And it was just bad. I got a couple videos on different Fusions. I don't know what it was with Fusions.
It's probably
And
the
it's
owners.
usually,
It's probably the owners.
well, yeah. But there was another one that I had that was 10 times worse. Literally from the passenger side all the way around the back was nothing but
Oof.
trash and food and garbage and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm not working on this car at all.
Now, did you guys
It's like-
ever refuse working on them because of how dirty they were?
I had,
Yep. I had a
You-
Buick once, and the owner was using the passenger side floorboard for a spittoon for like chewing tobacco.
Oh,
And they
come
just-
on.
They just spit it right on the floor, and it was like 2 inches thick of just, it looked like tar. And ironically, it was there because it needed a heater core.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And
No.
I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And the floor, or the team leader was like, yeah, it's warranty, you have to do that. And
Nah,
I
I
was
don't
like,
give a
I'm not going in there. And I went to the service manager's office and brought him outside. And I was like, I'm not going in there. He went and got the customer, told the customer I'm not going in there. The customer said to take some cardboard and lay cardboard down on the floor, and I could lay on top of that. And then my service manager said to take that car and get back to Canada with it, because we're not working on it down here.
Oh,
No
Yeah,
word.
good.
No,
Was
no
like
offense to any Canadians. That's just what happened that day. But the guy was
that
using-
word it said, you have to do that. Like, no, I don't have to do
Oh
anything.
no, I don't. No,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll quit my job today. I don't have to do anything. No.
Mhm.
I
That
don't
was
have
a-
to do anything.
Yeah.
At my dad and brother's dealership, it's Mazda dealership, they had a guy come in with a first generation Mazda 3. And the guy, I mean, bigger guy, I guess he couldn't get out of the car to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
And the service writer opened, it was there for I don't remember what it was there for. It had like 40,000 miles on it, so it's not like an old car at the time. Opened up the door, and the service writer closed the door, looked the guy in the face, and he's like, "You need to take this to detail, and it is not coming back. No one's getting in this car. I'm not putting any of my guys in jeopardy. It is a health risk. You shouldn't even be in this car."
Biohazard. Yep.
And then the car never came back.
That's nasty, dude.
Yeah.
You
My
know,
dad, my dad said that like they had a meeting about it, and the guy called Mazda because the car was under some warranty, and they said they refused it. I mean, nothing ever bad came of it, but they changed the rules now where they have a sign that says, depending on the cleanliness of your vehicle, we have the right to refuse service.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good clause, because I mean, that would totally take care of all those cars that you see driving on the road and the trash is up to the window sills, literally.
I'm looking for the one on my
Bro.
channel right now. I'll show you guys.
Dude, not cool.
Jeff had to align a car with the customer in it because he was big. I've had customers that didn't want to get out of their car. They wanted me to do it with them in it, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's a liability.
I don't want. I'm not. No, you're in there, and I'm under your car. No, I don't know you like that. I'm not. We're not doing that. No.
Yeah,
But to align it, wouldn't you have to put equal amount of weight in the other side?
No,
No.
they don't drive with that weight there.
Yeah.
So like there was a thing. A lady sued Kia at some Canadian dealership because they suggested aligning the car with her in it because she bought the smallest car and she probably weighed like 500 or 600 pounds, and they suggested aligning the car with her in it, and she got so offended that they would suggest that she tried to take him to court over it.
Oh my god.
And
I've had
the
to
thing
align.
is, like if you have 2,800 pound car and you have increased the weight of the car by a third or a fourth or even a fifth, it's gonna pull on one side. It's gonna pull. So yeah, if you're the only one that's going to be driving the car, align it with the weight in it. But I think probably the way they worded it is what got them in trouble, and not so much what the suggestion was. They should have just packed 2 techs on the driver's side and some batteries on the driver's side of the car and called it a day.
But
But that's not what they did. So
Yeah, that wasn't really well thought out then, I guess.
no, I mean there's another way to the finish line that doesn't upset people.
I mean, no, not necessarily. Sometimes you can do everything perfect and they're still upset with you.
That's true.
Yeah. This is
That
the car.
is-
Those people can't be. Those people are never happy with anything.
That's why they have spittoons in their car.
Ugh.
I don't know what you guys use, but this razor blade against my calluses, like my hands feel gee.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bust out with a
Gee.
Manscaped 3.0 commercial. Like, I don't know what you guys use, but
Man, I
Just
don't
got
know you
through
like that, man.
3.0.
This
share-
is not a
share
paid
my
sponsorship.
screen.
Oh,
Hey,
you can share, baby.
you're a dude.
Oh, you good?
should
Okay,
use
cool.
your-
There you go. Here's a 2011 Fusion.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Hang on.
disgusting, dude.
I think I show it like after I pull the console up too.
Oh. Oh yeah, I remember them things. That's a
That's not
long
bad.
time ago.
Look at the window. It's got a card holding the window in. See it in the corner?
Jeez.
isn't it under warranty? Why wouldn't they just get that fixed?
Because of
That was a
airbag
recall.
recall.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
oh, nasty. Yeah,
It's
center
disgusting.
crud is no joke.
I can smell this video from here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't
Yeah.
smell the picture? Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, anyone that's worked on a car like that, they know what that smell is. It's terrible.
Look at that.
You know-
Anthony, I can't believe you would leave your greasy tools on that seat.
Yeah.
Leave
Oh
fingerprints
yeah.
on
That's
that
the customer that
interior.
says you left grease prints on my door panel.
That's They complain about that stuff. They'll do it.
They will,
know.
yeah.
I know.
Like,
I'm looking
no,
for the other one right quick.
misunderstood. What I did was I moved your trash over here and it exposed the stains on your seat. Like I didn't put those there.
I
just
didn't do
moved off
that.
all the cereal bowls and candy wrappers and Taco Bell sauce. I just moved that off to the side. And whatever was there before this mess.
You know, it is a true statement
Here's another one.
that
hang on.
when
This one's pretty good.
you get into people's cars, you can tell a whole lot about what that person's like.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It is just kind of a
Here you go. Here's another one.
Write a book on that one day. How much stuff can or what does your car tell me about you?
yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's
Here,
a
Ray.
good one.
It is a
Ray,
good one.
this one's for you, Ray. This one's most disgusting. I can't believe I had to ride with the other tech.
We can't hear none.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Come on, man.
Oh.
Look at him smiling. He's smiling.
Bro, you
Hang
know
on.
there's roaches in there.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
Uh,
customer
Are those
here
L
from
are those
Illinois.
L&Ms?
Yeah,
Dude,
That's gross.
come on, man. Like,
I can't
a
say
newer
I've
one
got
too,
into
isn't
a
it?
whole
Then-
lot of Super Duties like that.
then you
you got the
feel
air
bad
freshener though.
putting your feet on their shit. Oh,
Customer states mechanic left boot print on my shit.
Uh,
There was
Dude,
another one that I
you
had.
should send that to Just Rolled In and let him do a customer states on it.
yeah, you should.
I thought about it. There's another one I had. It was really bad.
Customer states car has a death smell. Check and
Yeah.
advise.
There's a dead family of squirrels in the back seat somewhere.
How did they get in?
I ate a peanut that I found on top of an engine once. No reaction.
I hate.
You're
hate
still
it.
here.
It didn't look that old though. I did it on a video. People freaked
Well, yeah.
out.
I have one of my idiots, my shipping manager found a pair of shoes in a car and put them on his feet and wore them for like 3 weeks. And I'm like, bro, what? They're like $15 Walmart shoes. What are you doing?
Did Dia sneak
Well, I
out of
needed
here?
shoes.
Patrick asked me a question about this Fleabag Toyota that I
He
bought.
did.
I
Dirtbag.
never managed to kill all of the insects that were inhabiting this particular car. Like I threw bug bombs inside of it for 6 months and they were still in there. So I kind of gave up and I was thinking of stripping the interior out and setting it on fire and then just kind of rebuilding the car. But I left it too long at the last place that I worked at and the new manager decided to flex on me and he tore the doors off. So I left it there with no doors.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
In the future, my personal experience, it works on rodents, it works on bugs, is you get an ozone machine and crank that thing up, it takes all the oxygen out of the inside of those cars, nothing can survive. Nothing. Including you, so you gotta like let it sit for a little while before you get inside.
Is that what it does? Is it takes the oxygen out of the car?
Yeah, if you know when it rains like a thunderstorm, that smell of rain, that's ozone
Yeah.
smelling. Now
I
that
didn't
is
know that.
super toxic in high doses because
That smell?
that smells. I mean, you're never gonna get hurt from the rain because it's not enough. It's never concentrated enough. But if you do that inside a closed, confined area, it literally kills everything. Everything.
oh.
They're
It works
50
for like
they're
smoke
50
smelled cars and everything.
Yeah, they're $50 on Amazon.
I've got one at that here at the house.
Yeah.
Does Milwaukee make one?
No,
No, it's a little cheap plug-in thing, like this big.
All right,
You just set it and forget it.
I'm gonna get one.
That's Ray's first question. Does Milwaukee make one?
I mean,
Well, I think this is.
Here it is.
where
Hang on. All right, last one. I literally refuse to work on this one. 'Cause Eric, you asked that question, so hang on.
He's finding it.
No, I found it. Hang on. This one was
Oh, yeah.
all right. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's Mazda.
Yeah, it's a Mazda.
That's a Mazda.
Sure is.
I don't think you would want to ozone machine rats because they might die behind the dash.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I would do that. You got to drive them out first. Maybe a bug bomb because they'll
Well,
leave.
if you set the ozone machine and then you crack the trunk, they will leave. They will find the way. They will find the way out.
Or eat a way out?
They'll get out one way or
No.
the other. No.
It gets worse. There's a
Oh,
car
come
seat back
on.
there.
Oh, come on.
2 car
Yeah.
seats.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
this.
Not looking.
I've seen this a whole bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Poor little kitties.
that's bad.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
And then the cup holders were nasty.
My kid drops a Cheerio. I slam the brakes, pull over and scream. No, I'm just kidding. I don't go that crazy, but
And
I
I know
don't-
that in that
I
car.
don't like any of that.
But hey, at least they bought Mobile One.
Ugh.
Ridge isn't here to flip out about that comment.
I mean, hell, he's watching. He knows. He's like those mother. Yeah, he's out there. He's on the plane.
All right, fam. I am callus free. Ooh, look at that callus dust. You guys might be kind of grossed out. I have a nice little pile. I have a nice little pile over here. Ooh, and this light's
Oh,
hot.
bro.
Ooh, hot potato.
Remind
Hot
me of
potato.
Gold Member, the guy that eats the chips, the flakes.
I love
Yeah, he's gonna eat it. Oh, it's
I
worse than
appreciate
licking
you
a
guys for
Band-Aid.
watching. Rizzy Ray, Cliffy Whiffy, Mr. Mazda, BFT, CP. I love you guys. We'll see you on Friday. If you guys have any questions, reach out. We'll hook you up. Peace.
Bye.